All right, guys, getting it going here with another live stream. Just kind of update a little bit what's happening and actually give you a little bit of slice of, what I do for my own personal training and how it might fit in for you and whatever you do. So, whether or not you're like me, a yoga teacher and somebody who teaches body work or actually does a lot of body work and teaches a lot of breath work and really you're trying to use your full arsenal of your experience on your clients when you're doing it, and you're also probably on your own self-healing path. So if you're like me, you're continuously working on yourself, you're working on massive amount of input, and you're trying a lot of that on and seeing, and also then just kind of building that larger intuition. So a little bit about this is, even for me, a lot of my training is really rooted in breath work. So it's, even here, I might be seemingly hitting the bag, but what I'm really doing is I'm really just concentrating on expulsion breathing. And when I'm striking, it's expulsing the breath on the exhale. So you hear it. So I'm not trying to hit it hard, and you see it there, it's even open palm. So you can see I'm not really trying to hit it hard, but whether I'm doing this type of baby training with the bag, or even if I'm just even swinging like here, torso swings, loosening up. You can hear them. So you can hear me. When the yang, it's expulsion. Just there. Yang. Yang. Swing is the yang. So you can see a lot of it's just working on trying to expose the breath, and then working a little bit of yin, working a little bit of yang with the breath. So knowing that if it's something that should be smooth, and if it's a movement that's physical and can be smooth, well, then it's more of a smooth type of inhale or smooth type of breath or exhale. So even that, that's more of a yin breath because it's smooth, not choppy. But it could also be yang, where I could be yin on the inhale, yang on the exhale. Yin on the inhale, yang on the exhale. So playing with that and you doing it in conjunction with the type of movement. So, boxers, a lot of times you'll see them exposing the breath out the nasal passage on the strike, so it allows them to a lot of times not over breathe and actually to keep steady, keep their mind while they're in the flow, while they're in the training, while they're in combat. So it's just a little bit about some of what we concentrate on, even though a lot of this might appear to be, flexibility with the stick or just twirling a stick around. It's really mostly for me as a yogi working with the breath, releasing internal pressure, which is that stress and anxiety. So it's the way to kind of get rid of the nerves and anxiety when you show up, and it's really just exposing the breath, concentrating on the exhale, so that way you can inhale a lot of times. A lot of times we're over breathing, so just concentrating on the exhale and allows us to inhale or to keep our composure, like here in this balance pose. In this balance pose, it's really all about then smooth breathing. Smooth breathing like the Ujjayi breath. That's pretty much the breath that I do while I'm doing that pose with big toe pose or any type of balance poses. I'm doing more of a smooth ujjayi breath, ocean sounding breath. Same with here. When I'm doing sword and brush, stick throws, it's coming up, coming up. And so inhale on the exhale, on the throw, on the yang, it's more of an expulsion. But again, it's matching. So even here, not much of an exhale, a little bit on the underneath, on the little jab underneath. But otherwise, it's smooth on the inhale, kind of long and expulsive on the exhale, but not too much. Probably yin expulsions, if that makes sense at all. So anyway, just kind of pointing some of these things out because there's some of the things that you'll learn when you come to stick flexibility training or if you're doing any type of personal training with me. And, I really feel that it's the combination of the breathing, the deep breathing. So, again, when somebody says take a breath, the biggest thing is making sure you're not breathing up here, so breathing into your belly first, using all three parts of your thoracic cavity. But taking a breath means the inhale, a pause between the inhale and the exhale, and then there's the pause between the time you exhale and the time you inhale. And when you pause the breath, you still the fluctuations of the mind. So training on the pause, training on extending the pause after you let it all out, not being in a hurry to take that next breath, then taking it, that is going to help to start to retrain the fight or flight mechanism within the body. That's usually there to protect it, but then our adrenals are on overload. The stresses of the day and the stresses of our environment have our adrenals on overload. So we need to retrain that. And you could do that with meditation. You could do that with breath work. You could do that easily by just, again, training and acknowledging the pause of the breath. And yogis know this. Pause the breath, still the fluctuations of the mind. But also, it's where emotional excitement hijacks your breathing rate and you stop breathing. And at the point of heightened concentration, we all stop breathing. So when we're threading the needle or if I'm kneeling down taking stills, you're holding your breath. So if you're doing that unconsciously, your breathing rate is hijacking you, and then the connectivity with your mind is not there. So then your alertness is not going to be there. You stop breathing, you start getting fatigued. People wonder, oh my God, I'm on a computer halfway through the day, I have no energy. It's because of that. A lot of the times it's because you're not moving your body and you're also stopping your breathing. So allowing when you breathe, even on that inhale, not being in a hurry to let that go. Inhaling, taking that deep breath, that deep inhale, like this. Then pausing, allowing that oxygen to maybe invigorate the body. Also, when you're pausing the breath and when you're really concentrating on these exhales, so exposing the breath, getting rid of that CO2, balancing the pH levels of the blood, helping to reduce that acidosis that really either translates into inflammation on the body, like gout, or lactic acid if we're a performer, and then we start getting cramps in the muscles or the blood's in the muscle, and we're not recovering as fast. So again, acknowledging the breath and the importance of breathing, whether we're dealing with stress and anxiety or we're trying to up our game and performance. So anyway, there's some of the pearls you'll learn if you come to stick flexibility training, or if you just do some overall personal training with Zenhaling or one of our stick flexibility instructors. They'll have some of this knowledge as well. So anyway, guys, another thing I'm very excited about is Z essential oils. So we have stick flexibility and training there. So we're taking on instructors this week. Actually, my cousin, who's an archer, a hunter, he's going to be a great instructor and ambassador for that area of life and that walk of life, connecting people. So those long hunting trips and the times where your body's just beat up from dragging out elks and all that gear and your spine's messed up, this is where just taking that stick with you, stretching with it for your own body self-maintenance, doing some of the breathing out there. And if you're an archer, actually the breathing in conjunction with the stick, the training, actually it's been very eye-opening. A lot of attention from the archery world and from the hunting world. So I could see the importance of breathing, the importance of that tightness and controlling that thoracic area and the mind and the breath while you're shooting, whether you're hunting or you're just shooting at targets. So anyway, that's one of the things I'm excited about with stick flexibility and where that's going. So we're taking on new instructors. So if you're somebody who's trying to up your game and you just want to add this knowledge to what you already do, that's one way you can do it. Or I have ready-made classes that you could teach. And again, you could just add this to whatever walk of life. So I'm a yogi, and massage or body work and that walk, and if you're even physical therapist or massage therapist or chiropractor or coach or just somebody who's dealing with professional athletes, those guys should be stretching with the Z stick to keep their own bodies together, and the big stick. So if you're like us here in Sixers land and Eagles land, the big stick for some of these big pro athletes can definitely handle the body and keep those guys flexible and increase their durability. And again, another thing I'm really excited about is Z Essential Oils. So, Z Essential Oils just really starts with just a couple products that I make, but it's important enough because I know that it works. It works. I'm really just taking and I'm compounding, I'm mixing together essential oils, powerful essential oils that, eucalyptus, wintergreen, frankincense, ylang ylang, rosemary, peppermint, lavender, and they all act to do something different. So, one might act as an astringent or, for arthritis, right here, for rheumatism, but wintergreen for antispasmodic, antiseptic, aromatic, astringent, and then you have frankincense, which people have known for years, used to be used back in the days for wound infections in the battlefield, and there's all different application for it. So these are powerful essential oils that are compounded together, and we're even adding to the paint eraser formula CBD oil. So we come up with an Obliterate blend with CBD oil in there, which is 100% CBD, non-psychoactive, zero THC. So it's just, it's a nutritional supplement, and it's something to hopefully induce your body's own healing, reactivate and activate that endocannabinoid. Medication, which is such a big problem right now. This is definitely a pain remedy, a transdermal pain remedy with natural essential oils in there to try. So it's on the roll on. Go onto the website, Z Essential Oils. If you're, and again, if you're somebody who's interested in stick flexibility and teaching, then go on the website. or book a class or a private with one of our instructors, or if you're out in here in Pennsylvania in our area with myself even. So, guys, I'm very excited. Appreciate you joining me here on this live stream update. You guys, I'm going to end with just a couple clips here from the month, from this last 30 days here of training. And you guys breathe well, stay flexible, stay healthy. All right, guys. Better have some eye protection. Again, punching myself out of a wet paper bag here. We're out here northeast, so we still got a lot of snow. It's good to have 2 sticks, skipping, keeping my balance. Got a little stab and archer going here. As always, doing lots of meditation, lots of chanting, lots of breathing, and paying gratitude.
Beautiful day.
Always.
Breathe well. Beautiful day. Breathe well.
All right. Get a little stretch in with the tree. Take in some of its energy. What I call a little tree flexology. But serious, out here in the elements, this thing, rain, snow, sleet, shine, it's out here drinking up the energy, holding the secrets. So man, so just passing the tree, give it some love, it'll give some back. A tree bark into the hands right here, it's great reflexology, a little grippage, good stabilization, getting the posture ready to go. No different than a stick, it's just a big stick right here. All right guys, breathe well, stay flexible.